So, so this is where we left up. Man, it's crazy because my electricity cut off, and then it came back on in the middle of my stream. Yeah, it's fucked up. We gonna continue where we left off on. Let me see. Hold on. My computer's still tripping though.
Immigrants that are in this country, you're saying
No, yes.
that the immigrants here are taking housing opportunities away from
Absolutely.
Black and brown people.
Absolutely.
This country is made up of immigrants.
No.
All are
This
immigrants.
country, no, we're all not.
With the exception-
my family is indigenous.
With
We're
the
all not.
exception of
She said her family is indigenous. Get the fuck out of here. Ma'am, you're a Cuban. You're a Cuban woman. You're Cuban and white. Let's start there.
We're
Look at her. She full of shit.
all
Black
not.
Americans who were enslaved
No,
and
not just-
forced
Let's rewind that back.
saying
No, yes.
that the immigrants here are taking housing opportunities away from
Absolutely.
Black and brown people.
Absolutely.
This country is made up of immigrants.
No.
All are
This
immigrants.
country, no, we're all not.
With the exception-
my family is indigenous.
With
We're
the
all not.
exception of
We're all
Black
not.
Americans who were enslaved
No,
and
not
forced
just
here.
not just Black Americans, not just Black Americans, indigenous Americans as well, because my grandmother is indigenous. I am not an immigrant, and neither is my family. So again, they're not here. They're not from here. There's nothing wrong with immigrating here. But there are other people, including other Black people, including other Latino people that came here the right way, that paid all of this money. You'll get to jump the Rio Grande and think I'm supposed to have sympathy for you.
Let me ask you this, and then we can move on. Do you think white ethnic people in this country are immigrants and also usurping opportunities from Black and brown people?
Absolutely. Okay, so you have like the Ukrainians. I'm not for sending my money over there. And a lot of conservatives aren't.
Well,
for
let's just
sending
think
money
who's
over
here in America. I mean, you have Polish, you have
which I
Germans,
am.
English,
Mhm.
Irish.
there. Mhm.
You know, so there's so many other immigrants in this country that are white ethnic people
Mhm.
that may usurp opportunities from Black and brown people. But it seems to be a focus
Only if you're
on.
only if you're
It
illegal.
seems to be a focus on Black and brown people. Well, I think this may be the perfect opportunity if you are of a different shade immigrant to come to this country, because the focus is now on the fair-skinned, if you will, immigrants. It's on the brown-skinned immigrants.
Nope, that's just what your mainstream media shows you. So
I
you
don't
can
pay
go-
attention to mainstream media.
Okay, well, that's just what maybe liberal media, including the
Oh my
independent ones. You know, like the
God.
Brownlee
Here she go with this liberal. Yo, this shit is fucking insane. All she knows is liberal this, liberal that. God damn, bro. This is fucking insane to me. The fuck?
phones in them. Yeah. So people like that, they only show that, but you have your Chinese immigrants, okay? Because you have the Chinese that come over here, and they have something called where they come and they have babies, right? And their babies get citizenship, and then they go back to China, right? They come and they do a lot of these legal houses, and they just found one in Nevada where they had a whole lab set up, and they came over during the open border. So it's just not brown people, right? It's Chinese, it's other, Middle Eastern countries,
But that's
it's
not
other
what
white countries.
That may be plausible.
Everybody that
but
is
it's-
illegal, everybody's illegal,
Yeah,
came through that southern border because it was wide open.
that may be plausible, but that's not what the Trump administration propagates. I'm just talking about
Yes, he does.
The
Yes,
Trump
he does.
administration.
They don't stress it. Donald Trump has said plenty of times, and again, I use the most notable ones for liberals, right? Which is the Ukrainians. He didn't want to send any of our money over there. And you know who wanted to? The liberals. And I know why, because you have people who benefit from that, people in the Democratic Party and some rhinos in the Republican Party that benefit from sending our money over there.
Fair enough. All right. What do you think most people feel about Black and brown conservatives? When people hear that you are a conservative or they hear that I'm a conservative, what do you think the misunderstanding is?
I think the misunderstanding is saying that you're trying to sell out to white supremacy.
Okay.
And I think that's an awful trope because white supremacy would be that this party owns me, that this party is entitled to my vote, because we should treat voting like we treat anything else. It's what have you done for me lately? Okay. I'm not born in 1963, 64, 65. Okay. So there have been plenty of things that have happened. Every time there is well, I vote Democrat because of the civil rights.
Yeah, you paying attention. He see right through her bullshit. Like, she be doing all this talking just to say nothing, bro. She ain't saying shit. It's crazy.
Well, this is years later. What have you done? Absolutely nothing. And most of the policies that I can recall in, a span of which I would have been born in, you have policies that have hurt Black people. You have the crime bill. You have all of these things that Democrats had a high role in, if not implemented. So yes, when I look at that, I think the bad trope of saying, well, you just want to be a part of the white man. Well, which white man? Because both of the parties are controlled by the majority. So which white man is the best? Who's coder? And I think honestly and truly that
the lesser of two evils, which is why you should be independent.
Well, evil is an evil. Mm-hmm. So again, that's why I have no problem with calling out, rhino Republicans, because there are plenty of Republicans that I don't like. Yeah. But when it comes down to it, George Bush is number one. It used to be Dick Cheney, but I'm giving him grace because he's gone. Those are my highest two on my list because those two impacted my generation, right? There are others, but again, just like with Democrats in the past, I look at what's in my generation, and I think the George Bush era was just a horrible era. I mean, because it ushered in a lot of policies that took away a lot of freedoms, like the Patriot Act and other just ridiculous policies.
All right, so let's get into Anton Daniels. Here's my thinking. Additional knowledge in politics. Was that the connection or bond? Because as I understand, he's a conservative, and much of his rhetoric, if you will, is political.
Correct.
Is that fair to say?
That's fair.
That is fair. Was that the bond or the connection between you and Anton?
Absolutely. So I was a watcher of Anton's content way before, I actually knew Anton. So that is one of the bases of my connection with Anton, and also the financial conservatism too, because Anton knows a lot about financial decisions.
Okay, and how would you describe your political relationship with him?
Political relationship, what do you mean?
Yeah, so is it primarily the relationship or the friendship you have is primarily about politics?
Well, No, well, the relationship that we have now is primarily business.
or
business.
prior to, when you say now, there's an emphasis that maybe it was different prior to.
No, the only prior to is before I knew him.
Okay.
Oh my fucking God. OMFG.
So before I knew him, of course, I'm a consumer at that point.
Yeah.
So looking at Anton, like I said, from the conservative politics and the fiscally conservative shows he used to have.
Yeah. And what was it that caught your attention to stay connected to the work that he does?
Before I knew him?
Yep.
Oh,
you said you was a consumer of his work. Yeah.
It would be like the Millionaire Morning Show. That's actually what I did watch. I didn't know Anton's other show.
Yo, she is a fucking liar, bro. I swear to God. She is a compulsive liar. That's all I gotta say.
Until we started working together.
Sure.
But the Millionaire Morning Show, it has, like I said, it has different components of news, financial information, politics,
Sure,
and a little bit of pop culture, which is my lane.
Yeah. And even with that being your lane,
And which is never mind.
How did the lanes collided, if you will? Meaning that at some point, either you reach out, you email, you DM, you say, hey, this is great work you're doing. It's something that I'm interested in knowing more about. How was that establishment?
So Anton reached out to me.
Sure.
And he asked.
Well, let me ask you this, just for clarity for the public. When you say he reached out to you, so if you're a consumer of his work, how does he know to reach out to you?
He doesn't know to reach out to me.
So how?
It just happens that, well, I watch a lot of people.
Sure.
Yo. Yo, this is fucking hilarious, man. Oh my God. Watching the beginning, because I haven't watched the whole fucking interview. Watching this shit from the beginning, it makes it even worse. Oh my God. Micca, don't do no more interviews, please. Please don't do no more interviews. No. Damn. Oh shit.
Online, but it just happened that he emailed me. I have my email up on my Instagram. I have it up.
Look at her stumbling. She can't even answer. She can't even answer the question right. Wow.
On my
but that's what
YouTube.
I'm asking. How did he know? How did he establish connection with you to know to email you?
Well, from what he told me, somebody sent him my work. And so he wanted to work with me, so he emailed me.
Okay, so someone sent him your information, and then he decided to reach out to you.
Mm-hmm. Somebody sent him my contact, and he decided to look me up. He got my email, sent me email.
And if you can be transparent, what did he say in the email, or what did he say that established your interest to move to the next step?
Well, when I got the email, I already knew who Anton Daniels was because I'm watching Anton Daniels.
Yeah.
So he asked if I would be interested in doing an interview. I said, sure.
Okay. And the interview, does he normally invite guests to come on?
All the time.
Oh, he does?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anton has like one-on-ones with pretty much anybody. If his audience finds somebody intriguing, which is how he found me in the first place, then he'll bring them on, or if he finds them intriguing. Yeah.
And then you establish this sort of cordial friendship, if you will. Mm-hmm. It's a friendship at that point because you weren't working.
No. So once I did after I did the interview did really, really well.
Okay. And what was the interview about?
Everything. Anton asked me stuff from relationships, like my thoughts on relationships, because Anton does relationship panels and all of these things. So from relationships to politics to whatever he can come up with.
So it wasn't really a targeted subject, if you will. Nope. It was just, I want to have you on and I want to interview you about whatever comes to mind or whatever he is interested in talking about.
Correct.
Some people would say that's a cake bake. Do you feel it was?
What's a cake bake?
A cake bake is when I have a sort of